Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and I am on the Iowa Plains View map near the Plains Market Logistics and the shop, which is right over here. And I've got an idea. It's a little different, but I like to push the limits of what a normal playthrough is. So bear with me, see if you like it. So I'm starting a playthrough here with $1 million on Farm Manager, which is my go-to, as you're probably aware. But I'm calling this saving up or something like that, something about saving, because I'm going to try to do a playthrough based on used equipment that comes available and the fields that I can get. So we're going to do, just to get started, we're going to buy this lot over here. So that's $100,000. But we might sell it back depending on what kind of equipment we get. I'm going to let the map tell me um, what we're going to do. So I'm going to run over there real quick. This is why I started at the logistics, not the shop. So I'd be just a little bit closer. Um, and we're going to come over here and set two things up. Number one, a barn for our equipment that we buy, because I don't want to buy equipment and just leave it sitting outside while we're saving. And number two, I'm going to buy a sleep trigger because it's going to be hard to save if we don't have a sleep trigger. So this lot is basically flat and near the shop. It's got these weird mounds that I don't know how to remove, but we're just going to work with them. Um, but yeah, so we're going to start here. And if we don't like this, we might sell the land back later, but we're not going to do a ton to it. I'm hoping we don't have to sell it back, but we're going to start by constructing a barn. And it is a mod that I'm using because I just wanted a big, cheap barn because I have no idea what we're going to buy, so I didn't know if it would fit. So I'm going to do this pole barn here. And of course, I'm too close. Which side is the door on? Nope. Sorry about that. Let me spin it around. So I'm going to try to tuck it as far back as I can here on my land. Get it about as straight as I can and kind of in the corner. And as you can see, it's an $80,000 mod. I'm spending $81.50. Um, so very flat, not doing much to the land. We're just going to pop that on there. So we've got a barn to store our equipment. This is a pretty basic, big empty barn. Don't like that tree poking through, but we'll make do. So big door there, and a little door here. And as we buy equipment, we will just skirt it over here and store it in the barn. And then, of course, I need a sleep trigger. The cheapest one that I can have is going to be, let me think. Farmhouses is the bench. I use this a lot because there just hasn't been a better one that I've seen on the PlayStation. So we're just going to put this down at the corner. Actually, let's put it down here. Boop. Nope, that overlaps with me probably. Fine, we'll put it down here. So we've got our pole barn, we've got our bench. The idea behind this, which is what I probably should have started with, my bad, is I can't believe I spent $200,000 of my million already. The idea is we're going to fast forward 3, 4, or maybe 5 years. So I apologize. It's going to be a lot of waiting for the game to process, and we're going to watch the used equipment and see if we can get everything that we need to start a farm, a small one, from the used vehicle sale. Um, I'm on the, let me go back to the map. So I'm on the Iowa Plains View. I've played on this one just a little bit, but not a ton. There's a couple of really nice farmyards, specifically this one here, 34, but it's, I think, uh, 400,000, well, 373, so we're probably not going to do that. There's another one over here that's interesting because it has some buildables on it. So you buy it, but nothing is done and you have to build it, which means we would have to buy logs and stuff and haul them over here. Or there's a park over here that we could also buy that's got some trees that we could try to do. I don't know. I'm open to whatever the game gives me in this playthrough. So I am a little tempted by this, just knowing that there's a chance we might do lumber. And this makes it really easy to do lumber if you have the right kind of trees. But I don't think we're going to have the right kind of trees, so I'm just going to have to pass. Animal transport is probably not what we're looking for, but 70% off is really nice. So I'm tempted, but I don't have anything to pull it with yet. So, we're going to maybe, I don't know. I think we're going to pass on that as well because I just don't know what we're doing yet. So anyway, the entire game is going to be this. Sleeping in because I got nothing to do. So we're going to skip a month, see what happens. Buy some equipment maybe. We're looking for a tractor, probably a cultivator, a seeder or a planter, and a harvester. And based on the size of those, that'll tell us what fields we can do. $55. See, this is the other thing. I'm losing a little bit of money. Ask and you shall receive. Here's a giant harvester. I do like a big harvester. Don't get me wrong. And this is a good deal. An S7 for 45% off. So $227. How much does that normally cost? I mean, I know it's 45% off, but what I want to know is what size header it is. So the 9,000 is there. Nope, you're a forage harvester. What am I doing? Where's the regular harvesters? I must have scrolled past them. Sorry for all the menuing. Combine harvester, an S7. Here is normally 381, which would take like half of what I have left. So that's pretty tempting. And then let's go combinations. So it can have a 10, a 13, or a 15 meter, or a 12 meter for corn and sunflowers, or just a 12 meter for sunflowers, or a 12.3 for sorghum. Is that sorghum? I think that's sorghum. So, why would you buy just a sorghum header when you could just buy one up here? I mean, who knows? Anyway, that's interesting. Given the size of the fields that we have here, a lot of them are big. Like, we're probably not, but let's say we kept this farmyard and bought this field. This is 30 acres. And that's 400,000. So we could buy one field and have it. I think we have a winner. I didn't expect it on the first month, but we're gonna start with this John Deere. Now this is the so 625 is base. But no, we're just gonna go with this 625 base. Crawler track EU US. Does that cost anything to convert? Get rid of all the signage. Yeah, we're clearly in the US. We're in Iowa. So yeah, we're going to just go ahead and buy that. And there we go. So here's our harvester. I'm going to show you that we're close to the shop. Hopefully you can still hear me over the engine here. But this is why we wanted the pole barn, because I didn't know what we were going to buy. Yeah. So I'm going to just fly down the road here and park this thing up. Now we need one of those headers, one of those 6 headers to come on sale. Otherwise it's going to cost us $100,000 to get the right header. or we can lease the header if it comes to that. Um, but man, our $1 million is going fast. Now we can always, again, sell the pole barn, lose $40,000, sell the land back, and move to wherever our field is based on what we get. But we need a lot more implements before we can get there. So just going to come up here, park this. Oh, forgot about that sand thing right in front of my door. I'm going to park this inside. Yeah, we'll park it down here. Why not? There you go. We own an S7 harvester. And it's that simple, folks. This is what we're doing. We're going to just keep skipping months and months and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick save because I bought the pole barn, I bought the lot, and I bought the sleep trigger, and we bought a harvester, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to keep skipping time to see what happens. But if it gets ridiculous, like 8 or 9 months without buying anything, I'll probably cut some of that out or fast forward it because the loading time is kind of dumb. So we're going to go to the next day. And so we still need a tractor. Any tractor will do. We need a tipper or something to haul the grain. We need a planter or a seeder, preferably a seeder, but I would take a planter depending on what kind of header we get. Go from there. Let's see. I know I'm looking at the wrong menus, but I just want to know. We're losing $55 a day, and that bothers me. I know we just spent 418,000 or something like that, but $55 a day for fast forwarding 3 to 5 years is going to really add up. So I think I'm going to come down here, and we're going to go to generators. Where are they? Here. Generators. We're just going to put this cheapie. It generates 0 to 600 a month. See, which way is the sun shining? The sun shining is that way. So we'll just put this on the corner of our lot, catching the sun right there. So now we have one little solar panel. And it did cost us $8,000, but I think we'll make that back over the next 3 years. And then when we sell it, we'll get some money back for that too. So anyway, so what's in the sales? Tree stumps, grape line, cotton trailer. Tempted by the cotton trailer, but we would need the cotton harvester to come up first. So, okay. On we go. So let's see how much money we make with that generator. This first month we'll only get a half a day because we missed. We started at 10 in the morning. So we won't get the full amount, but we'll see it add up. And although we lose $55 a day, hopefully we'll make, yeah, so we lost 60, but we made 189. So we're now going to slowly make back a little bit of money. Sorry, wrong menu. A subsoiler. This is a 3 or 4 meter subsoiler. I don't know what kind of tractor we have. I'm sure it could pull it at 150, but that seems a little small. Seems a little small for the size of field we have. I think I'm going to pass. Anyway, this is the idea. We're going to hopefully load up and get ourselves a worthwhile farmyard. I wish this loading screen was faster because this is kind of boring with just the Z's on the screen. Anyway, let me know if you feel like it in the comments below. If this is a ridiculous idea or a bad one. Okay, so we made $216 this day instead of $180, which is nice. So we're making about $140 a day. Actually, this would be easier to do on the finances. So yeah, there's August. Oh, this is just so 85 for the building, 104 for the land. Property maintenance has always been 55 and then went to 60 when we built that stuff. Income now is 189 and 216, and we're a little bit in December, 40 bucks there. So we finally made a profit of $155 last month. So again, I'm not trying to make a ton of money. I'm just trying to not lose money as we fast forward time with this, and we still got to make back the 8,000 we spent on it. So it'll probably wash in the end. I like our harvester. Ropa. Okay, Fent. Fent. Big Fent is good. Big Fent is really good. That can do some work. I mean, this will be able to pull. $200,000 is not what I'm looking for, though. At 511 horsepower, can pull pretty much anything that we're going to get, and it's on tracks just like our S7 harvester is. So that's interesting. It's wider. Interesting. So this could be nice if we needed to buy a big cultivator or a big planter or seeder. This could probably pull one of the big ones. It's a little early though. I don't think I want to spend the money on this yet because we're not going to be able to buy a field if we do. So I think I'm going to pass. Go from there. On to the next month. So yeah, I'm happy with our harvester. I'm hoping we get one of those 6 headers that's a combination for it. That would be sweet. But time will tell. Because it'd be nice to not have to lease the header. Only made 162 that month, so, and it's snowing. This is the subsoiler we saw 2 months ago. What is this? A tipper? Big tipper? Big tipper, 50,000, but holds 56.4. That could be nice, but not for crops. This is for straw or hay, silage, poplar, a couple of other things, but not like your normal crops. So this would be a forage harvester. I don't think we can pull the trigger on that unless we literally get a forage harvester to go with it, in which case then we shouldn't have bought the S7. So anyway, yeah, really hoping for a tractor, like a 300 horsepower tractor would be about right. Like a little 120 to 140,000 is not going to get it done with the size of harvester that we have. We're looking for a little bit bigger of equipment. Okay. Truck. Nice. Having a truck would just be nice to have a vehicle right now to go look at some fields. This is for a forage harvester. I like this cultivator, and it's a 300 horsepower cultivator, which is kind of what we were talking about. A weeder is interesting. It's a 12 meter weeder. Could also be used in the first growing stage of crops. Can also plant grass and oilseed radish, so that's interesting. I wonder if this truck can pull these implements back to the barn. I'm tempted by this just because having something would be nice. It's got a hitch, right? I don't think it can work the implements, but it might be able to attach to them. I don't really like a red. So day cab, crew cab. No, we don't need any of that. Extensions, flatbed. Oh, this can come with a tipper? That's kind of nice. Oh, this has options. I mean, I think we just stick with a flatbed right now. Don't really want the back one. But you can't. I'd like to get rid of the side one so it'd be easier to load. But we'll just get rid of that. Main color. Just gonna go with New Holland blue because and that looks pretty good. So we're just gonna start. It even comes with an Iowa plate. Look at that. That's an Iowa plate. It says Iowa on it. That's pretty cool. We're in the Iowa Plains view. I wonder if they programmed that in or if that just happy accident. Anyway, we're going to buy this. I'm tempted by this cultivator, but we might get a planter that's like direct drill, doesn't need cultivation. So that's interesting, but I kind of like this weeder because we don't have to buy a sprayer or spray or whatever. We just need to weed at the right time. And we can actually plant. It's a pain to plant because it only holds 300 seeds, but you could do oilseed radish for the first one. So I think I'm going to try to buy this too, and we'll just park it up and see what we do with it. So let's go down here, check out our new truck. And I like that we can turn this into a tipper if we wanted. There's no way we're going to be able to pull this, is there? Nope. Okay, well that weeder is going to have to stay down here until we get a tractor. But we now know that we have one implement that requires 170,000 horsepower. And we've got our truck here, which can do some other things for us at some point. I like it for maybe being a tipper. I like it for the box trailer if we're going to do productions. Since we have this nice flat area of land, we could put some different productions on here. Keep with that tree there. That's not cool. We really got to fix this entrance. But at least we've got something that drives a little bit faster than our other one. All right, so we got a truck, we got a pole barn, we got a harvester. You get the idea. Anyway, I think I'm going to actually wrap up this episode here. And we'll continue with the new recording in a little bit, trying to find some more equipment depending on how long we have to fast forward. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. And also just leave me a comment and let me know if this is the dumbest thing you've seen on YouTube this week. Talk to you later. Bye.